Hi, welcome back to Business Talk, brought to you by the Sharonville Chamber of Commerce. It's that time of year again. It's time for the second annual Sharonville Chamber of Commerce. We call it the WABC for short. Wine, Art, Beer, and yes, Cigar Festival. And back again with us this year is Richard Osgood. And Richard, in his during the day, is the Director of Planning for the city in Sharonville. But we have to congratulate Richard because this whole festival was really your idea.
Yeah.
And you put it together, and we voted you in for, what, 4 more years?
At least.
You know, and so here we are. We're back again. We're enjoying a little bit of what is going to be at the show, and we have some new added features this year, a little different date, little different timing, same venue. So we have a lot of exciting things to talk about, including our Dragon's Milk beer we've got here and a few other things. So, Richard, thanks for all what you do for the Chamber, and thanks for your idea to do this. It was a tremendous success last year, and we know it'll be more successful this year. So welcome back, and let's talk about what wine, art, beer, and of course,
and
cigars.
Of course, cigars.
So
we're back.
Yeah. So anyway, this is called Dragon's Milk. So we're enjoying a little bit of Dragon's Milk here, and it's very good. It's very good. So it doesn't taste like the name.
It doesn't.
No. Which
very
I'm kind
smooth.
of glad about.
Very smooth, isn't it?
Anyway, what is the Sharonville WABC?
Well, you said it. It's all the above: wine, art, beer, and cigars, which is unique to most wine events, as you'll see.
And it's interesting because there's a tent out back for the cigars.
The tent out back for the cigars.
Yeah.
Strauss Tobacconist comes up and sets up his table, and he had a great year last year. It far exceeded his expectations. There was always half a dozen or more people out in the back smoking a cigar under the tent. They could be able to bring the wine out, bring a port out, or bring a beer out. So that went very well. The festival, the event itself, we have a wonderful committee. I mean, sure, an idea, anybody can have an idea, but it takes a committee and it takes leadership.
Takes a village.
From Rich. It takes a village to put a wine, art, beer, and cigar event together. So we have a wonderful committee of dedicated individuals who are working to put this together. It's a mix of chamber board members and other folks who helped last year and put this together. One of them, one of the committee members is sponsoring. These are our glasses for the event. So I can just go right into that real quick if you want. The tastings, what you'll get is these will serve for both the beer and the wine. And the wine for each ticket would be a 2-ounce pour, and the beer for each ticket would be a 4-ounce pour. And it comes, a 4-ounce pour for a glass this size on the beer is almost a full glass. So it's a good pour. And then the inclusion of cigars in this event. This is really nice. And this year, you've mentioned maybe there's some different things that are happening. This year, we're partnering with Cincinnati State. It's going to be a great partnership. We hope it continues going forward. They have a program at Cincinnati State. It's a hospitality program. Where
it's actually quite famous.
Yeah. And so their students will be signing up to volunteer at the event, and they get in-service credits. So they get class credits for doing volunteer work, for they'll mostly be manning the booths, because they're going to go through training, and they're going to be really good at keeping the pours accurate, not too small, not too big. So keeping them accurate, it's what the people pay for, is an accurate pour. And it'll be consistent because they'll basically man those booths throughout the night. So we don't have to have a shift change halfway through, which was a bit of a struggle last year, that shift change.
So what is this year? What is the time, date, and location of this year's event?
It's November 3rd from 7 to 10 at the Holiday Inn Hauk Road, Holiday Inn North, Holiday Inn 275, however people refer to it. The VIP hour is from 6 to 7. We can talk about that later. It's a special hour. Folks can go to the Sharonville Chamber website for information on it, or they can go to the Holiday Inn website. The Holiday Inn website they link back and forth.
Okay.
They both have good information on the event.
How much are the tickets and when do they go on sale?
Tickets are the same as last year. They were $50 for the VIP, and I can talk a little bit about how that works. The VIP is 1 hour, 6 to 7, and it's unlimited tastings. So for that $50, you get unlimited tastings, and what we're doing is providing, just during the VIP hour, specialty wines. So it'll be more of a high-end wine, high-gravity beer. I don't know if this one... Yeah, this is the Dragon's Milk. I mean, this beer will be there. It's called a high-gravity beer because it's higher alcohol content.
Okay.
And they're more expensive, so it's a higher-end beer. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some nice beers like that during the VIP hour, and they may run out. So the VIP hour is special to those who pay that little extra. But at the same time, the VIP ticket holders also get 8 tickets. So when it moves into the regular festival hour from 7 to 10, they still have the 8 tastings. So they can stay. So it's basically getting, almost 2 wine events for the price of 1, as you can stay through.
Well, let's break it into the 4 categories right now, and I think, first of all, you've gotten a tremendous response from last year's vendors. I think most of them are coming back, and we've got a few new additions this year. But let's go through it and talk about what kind of beer and what are some of the beer companies that are coming.
What's fun about moving it to November, the first week in November, is, and we didn't realize this until we were talking to the distributors, is a lot of the winter beers, the winter ales, and all the winter specialty beers come out the 1st of November. So those beers we wouldn't have had access to in October, we're now going to have access to early on in the season. So, and I think Dragon's Milk is out year-round, but there are some. Founder's Backwoods Bastard is a winter beer.
That, you typically don't see that advertised on the Reds game or something. Yeah.
But you could still find them. Maybe it would take a Jungle Gyms or something to find them, but it's not going to be something that.
Now, can people buy some of these wines and beers at the event too?
They sure can.
Okay.
And they can mix and match.
Okay.
So you could do a 4-pack of 4 different types of beers.
Okay.
They can't consume them. If they buy a whole beer, they can't consume them there, but they sure can buy them there, and it'll be at a reduced cost than they would get at the store.
Okay, so let's move on to wines.
The wines this year, we're going to be doing more of a regional, kind of on a regional, overall regional approach to this, where last year we did it mostly based on the grape, where we had a bunch of Cabernets, we had a bunch of Sauvignons, we had a bunch of Chardonnays. This year we're going to do it by regions, so we've got such as Germany, Italy. We'll have a Germany contingent, Italy, New Zealand, Chile, Spain, Argentina, and then on the states we have Oregon, Washington State, and California. So there's going to be a cross-reference or a cross-section of wines throughout the country.
Well, if you're having Oregon wines, I got to bring my in-laws from Oregon again, like I did last year.
I guess you will. I guess you will. Maybe they can bring the wines out with them when they come out. So we're looking forward to that. We're putting that wine list together. And again, on the wine side, during the VIP hour, we'll have some high-end wines that will likely run out after the VIP hour is complete, because we're going to limit it, especially for those VIP ticket holders.
Right.
And they'll have unlimited tastings of those wines. And they'll be identified. So there'll be a table that says VIP table and specific wines.
Okay. All right. We've covered beer. We covered wine. Now let's move on to cigars.
Cigars. What do we have here?
This is a Monte Cristo.
This is a Monte Cristo. This is a nice cigar. This would be a good smoke with maybe a port or maybe a Scotch or something. Although I don't think we're going to have any Scotch at the event.
That's another festival.
Yeah, a whole other festival. Strauss Tobacconist is going to be there, and I suspect he's going to bring more cigars this year and more variety. I think he may even have ran out last year, because that went over very well, and he was very happy. So he's looking forward to coming back. You do cigar and beer pairings, cigar port pairings, and stuff like that. So again, like you said, we had that special tent area out back. It's got the flaps with 3-sided flaps with the front open, windows. High-top tables out back, and I even think we put a sofa out back there.
I believe you did, yeah.
Yeah, so we made it look as comfortable as possible so folks could, and they did. They sat on the sofa, they sat around the high tops, they talked. Some of the pictures that showed up in the articles after the event show them out there. It was very nice.
We've covered beer, we've covered wine, we've covered cigars. Now we're moving on to art.
It is an art event also.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is, and as part of it, we didn't talk about who we sponsor, what the benefit of the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds are going to, is the Sharonville Fine Arts Council and Playhouse in the Park. And last year, Playhouse in the Park, both of them are great venues. Playhouse in the Park is a wonderful venue, and they do some performances out at the Sharonville Fine Arts Center. So that's a good relationship that they've built. Last year, Playhouse in the Park had a wheel where you spun the wheel and you could win tickets or whatever. And as it turns out, and I don't think it was rigged, as it turns out, my wife won a set of tickets to go see a play, and we went and saw a play there. Wonderful venue. I'm glad they're coming back this year, so we're looking forward to being able to make some money to help them out. But on the artist side, we have a photographer, we have a painter, we have someone who does specialty bath soaps, we have a spice and tea exchange. It's kind of that's a cross between artist and a craftsperson. The Silver Lady, she calls herself the Silver Lady, was there last year. She did very well. And we're still looking, I think we've got a couple of more that haven't signed their forms yet, but we should have a total of between 6 and 8 artists there.
And of course, now we're moving on to food, and we've got a few new vendors coming for that. I know you want to talk about. So,
this year we've got Esther Price chocolates that's coming. That's a lot of fun. They're going to have all their chocolate selections there.
We don't have any. You didn't bring any Esther Price chocolate.
What a good, that's a good point. I didn't bring any chocolates. Got to remember that next time. So, we'll be able to even maybe see if someone can help do some pairings on chocolate and wine, chocolate and port, because we're also going to have off to the side like a sommelier type of person who's a wine professional talking about how you taste the wine on your tongue, how you match a wine with a food and that kind of stuff. And I think there will be some information that people can take. But yeah, Esther Price is going to be there. That's a nice one. And last year we had appetizers, just meatballs and things like that. This year we're going to have more of a tapas appetizer, and it's more of a Spanish kind of appetizer, so it'll be a little higher end. And they'll be done there at the Holiday Inn by the chef there. And we're looking forward to having that.
So, what else is, I don't know, what else could be special about this event? Well, what else is special about this event that we haven't talked about?
We are talking with some local vineyards. They're not signed up yet, but we've got some room off in a side room where potentially we could put 4 or 5 of the local vineyards. And I think we've got it cleared up in the license, the Holiday Inn license, where they can come and have their products. It kind of depends on where they're distributed. It's working out some of those details. But it would be nice to have some of the local vineyards, Vincolay, Hanover, Valley Vineyard. There's a number of vineyards in southwest Ohio that are very nice.
Now, I'm sure there's opportunities for additional sponsorships. If someone was interested about learning, if they wanted to be a sponsor, what are some ways that they could get a hold of you or the chamber?
Best would be the chamber, Sharonville Chamber.
SharonvilleChamber.org.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yep. And again, the tickets go on sale when?
They're on sale now.
Okay.
Someone wanted to buy tickets right now, they can call in and get that started.
And I know there's also usually some opportunities, some packages if anybody wants to stay at the Holiday Inn.
The Holiday Inn will be offering some special rates.
Okay.
And I don't remember the rates, but it was under $100. It was like $69 or $79, which is great for a night stay.
Okay.
And that would go along with the purchase of tickets.
So is there anything else that we've missed that you want to add? I think we've covered
pretty much everything,
well,
don't you?
we appreciate you coming. This is always a fun one to do.
It is.
And we appreciate all you tuning in. And we all expect to see all of you at the Wine, Art, Beer, Cigar Festival. We appreciate, Richard, you coming in. You're chairman of the event again this year. We appreciate you doing that, and we appreciate all you tuning in and doing another Business Talk show brought to you by the Sharonville Chamber of Commerce. Thanks.